This man and this woman in matrimony. It is to be entered into discreetly, sincerely, and in celebration of life. Who presents this woman to be married to this man?
I do.
Excellent.
We do.
Who presents this man to be married to this woman? Excellent. Okay. The definition of marriage. Scott has asked me to kind of riff in this part here. Based on our discussions over the past 15, 16 some odd years, the subject of marriage, love, relationships, and the like have come up many, many times. And so I had to think about it. How do you define marriage? How do you define love, relationship? Ironically enough, a few months ago, National Geographic did a big article on what love is. Now, according to all the best thinkers in the world that they consulted, love is essentially a chemical reaction. Pretty much anything that you can duplicate with a good bar of chocolate. Dark chocolate, obviously Taunie's preference. So that might explain some of what love is. It probably is to a certain degree a chemical reaction, but does that really explain everything that is essentially the result of love? Not necessarily. I don't think a chemical reaction could explain why a parent would be willing to throw themselves in front of a bus to save their child. I don't think a chemical reaction necessarily explains why two people decide to dedicate themselves to each other for their entire lives. So I can only imagine that love is far deeper than that, and it is of course a commitment. Marriage is, after all, a contract. You know, you've got my back, I've got yours, that kind of stuff. All right, but beyond the legalities, there's something ethereal about it. So essentially, there's nothing that we can define with words, something concrete that we can point to and say, this is in fact love. But we know it when we feel it, don't we? And it lies in a big spectrum, doesn't it? I mean, again, we're here witnessing this marvelous event, two people dedicating themselves in marriage. And somewhere there's someone sitting down to a dinner going, I love steak. So that's a big spectrum to cover, isn't it?